Welcome to Sparklebritts, where we put misconduct on display, explore police and legal content, protect rights and demand accountability.
I've had a very, very long day.
Yeah.
I'm very busy. I'm very tired.
Yeah.
I've still got a long time to go on this shift. And the last thing I need is people like you coming to the side of my police van, pulling fucking stupid faces when I've got stuff to do. I am a very busy man. Clearly,
can I pull stupid faces?
You can make a complaint about me, fill your boot.
A tense and absurd situation broke out at the station when a citizen, just because he made a bad face in front of a police car, was repeatedly cursed and insulted by a sergeant of Lancashire Police with vulgar language in public. When questioned, the reasons given by the police kept changing. Sometimes he said he was busy, sometimes he blamed his attitude, and then he said the citizen's actions were threatening. Throughout the process, the citizen continuously argued, pointing out the contradiction and injustice. If a civilian said that to the police, he would be arrested, but the sergeant would be covered up and avoid responsibility. Other police officers also appeared to be evasive, even blaming the citizen just for repeating the insult verbatim. The video clearly exposes the abuse of power, unprofessionalism, and double standards of a part of the police. Watch the whole clip and please support this auditor by subscribing to his channel. The link is in the description.
Go away, you fucking biff.
Biff?
Go away.
Why?
Because I'm busy and I haven't got time for people like you.
You call me a fucking biff?
I called you a fucking biff.
What for?
Because you're a biff.
Why though?
Now go away because I'm busy.
I just went like that.
Somebody. Yeah, I know, and you know me now. So go away.
What are you going to do about it?
Go away, you dick.
Don't call me a fucking biff. Sergeant. Sergeant. You call me a fucking biff. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this fucker's picture. Call me a fucking biff. $75, call me a biff. That's rude language, sir. Call me a fucking biff. Why?
Because I'm busy and I told you to fucking go away.
That's threatening. You just come into my face, you muppet. I'm a Preston lad. I ain't a football lad here. I'm not a football lad.
Away.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm on a public footpath. You fucking biff. Miss, he called me a fucking biff and he's a sergeant.
Okay, we just didn't.
I'm not a football lad.
Yeah.
I'm not a football lad.
Right.
He called me a fucking biff.
Okay, are you okay to just?
Can you tell
away?
me? No, I'm not. I'm getting a train.
Right, okay then.
Can you tell me what police force he's from? Please,
Let's
miss.
see what force we are here and we've
I don't know, but what? No, is it Blackburn? Is it Preston?
Lancashire Police.
No, but what?
I can't tell you you've already done the photograph anyway.
What the?
We're just dealing with.
I know, but you weren't dealing with anybody when I was at the side of the van.
Okay.
He called me a fucking biff. Why?
Come on,
To me
just
now.
go to the police.
I've had a very, very long day.
Yeah.
I'm very busy. I'm very tired.
Yeah.
I've still got a long time to go on this shift. And
Yeah.
the last thing I need is people like you coming to the side of my police van, pulling fucking stupid faces when I've got stuff to do. I am a very busy man. Clearly,
Can I pull stupid
if you wish
faces?
to make a complaint about me, fill your boot. But I've had enough.
What
and I need
station
you
are
to go
what
away
station are you based at?
now. Blackburn.
Blackburn.
Yes. All right.
Right.
Thank you very much. You've had your fun now. Please, will you leave?
No,
me
I'm catching a train.
Right, well, go and get a fucking train then.
Serious, constable.
Yeah.
Are you a sergeant?
Yes, go and get a train. If you want a train.
That's unwanted contact. That.
You're going to finish getting arrested. You're
End of the day, but he's a police officer.
I don't want. I don't want to get arrested. No, I know.
Go then, just go.
Stop pushing me in my back, please. I'm not a football fan. I'm not a football fan.
Walk to the train station.
Sergeant, that is pure that.
There's no need for this, isn't there?
That is pure that. What he did to me then.
Just walk to the train station.
Did you witness the pushing?
I've not witnessed any pushing, no.
You didn't witness the
No,
pushing?
we're just removing you from the area because we.
I'm going on a train. I'm going on a train.
But why are you not walking? Come on.
Why would he use that language to me though?
Come on.
Please, miss.
Come on.
Please be
Where
understanding.
do you travel?
I'm going on a train.
Yeah, where do you travel to?
Well, I don't have to tell you that.
Right, okay then.
But he called me a fucking biff, didn't he?
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
So, is he a sergeant?
Right, are you walking to the train station?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
But I can't stay here and have a fag, right? I told her before, and I was doing that. Would you take that as offensive? I weren't causing any offensive or threatening behaviour or anything. And I went like that, you know where my ears? Like that, bit next to my ears. And the sergeant called me a fucking biff. That's what is a fucking biff? I don't know what one is. He told me he's had a bad day, but I'm not a football fan. I'm literally not a football fan. Honestly. I don't support Preston, I don't support Blackburn. I'm not a football fan. But that's what he called me. He called me a fucking biff. Sergeant, 75 call number, Lancashire Police from Blackburn. Wow, that is crazy. That's like proper, like going against professional standards, that innit, in the policing, really. Are you British Transport or? Oh, sorry, mate. So you're different, aren't you, to them?
I'll see you in a bit, pal.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hey, I weren't meaning anything disrespectful to you there, buddy. It was just a bit of fun, you know, trying a bit of humour. It's right here. Sergeant 75. There's a car there. You're gonna get. No, I'm not going to get out of it. You are currently live to hundreds of people, sir. And
Police officer today has been nothing but disgraceful.
Disgraceful? I've got it all on record. I've got it all on record. I got it all on record. What did I swear? Did I swear or anything like that to you, sir? What did I swear? Pull in her face? Pull in her face? You committed a public order offence. You called me a fucking biff. Did you call me a fucking biff? Did you call me a fucking biff? Pull her face? That's what I do to kids. That's what I do to kids. You call me a fucking biff and I've got it all on camera. Sergeant 75, you will be disgraced, sir. This is the one who called me a fucking biff. And if we did this to him, what would happen to us? We would be arrested. So look at this here, guys. One's on his phone with the engine running.
Is it?
So the engine's running and he's on his phone. That's live as well. Look, he's still on his phone.
Hello, do you have permission to film on the railway?
Pardon?
You are currently on the railway.
They haven't asked me to leave.
Do you have permission to
They haven't asked me to leave.
You're obviously causing a few issues to inconvenience.
They haven't asked me to leave, sir.
You're causing issues to the convenience of people on the railway.
I'm causing an issue to convenience.
Yeah.
To who to, sir? Have you had a complaint?
Well, you're obviously harassing my officers.
Harassing your officers?
I'm seeing people a little bit upset when you're speaking to them.
Do you know why they're upset? Because I've caught them out calling me a fucking biff, and I've got the evidence to back that up. Would you endorse that sort of language?
I'm not going to comment on what other people have said.
So if I called you a fucking biff now, how would you react to that?
I'm quite offended the fact that you
Would you arrest me for that?
you've sworn on the railway, which is contrary to a bylaw 8, so I suggest you...
And I would not do that, sir.
You have
No, I've told you what he said.
sworn.
No, I told you what he said.
It doesn't matter because you've sworn.
What, by repeating one of your... I'm making... Can I report a crime to you?
Absolutely report a crime.
Well, I want to report a crime to you. One of your constables called me a fucking biff.
Right.
Right? Sergeant 75.
Well, that's not a constable, that's a sergeant.
Well, it's still a crime. I'm repeating his words. I haven't said them. I'm saying what he said to me.
Yeah, well, you then said, what if I called you?
So I'm asking you what in return.
You have sworn without referencing another person.
Well, can I just tell you this, sir? Just spin this here. We're live to a lot of people right now,
I'm really
right?
bothered about that.
So therefore, just be careful where you go with
Do you
this.
understand that the railway bylaws...
I know the bylaws, but they haven't. None of the British Transport Police have asked me to leave.
It's a constable.
A British Transport Constable, not a Lancashire Police Constable.
No, you're misunderstanding the law. It says the word constable. Constable can enforce a bylaw. Yes, the BTP have primacy, however, a constable can enforce the bylaw. You are currently, by swearing, acting in an unacceptable manner.
Oh, so here we go, guys. Another tyrant here. He's just said that I am swearing by merely repeating a sergeant's words. That's what I was doing. I wasn't swearing. No. Listen, Constable. So you are not. You can't. No. I ask you a question. I ask you a question, Constable. You're a sergeant as well. So is this how sergeants go down? I swore. I asked you, how would you feel if I called you that, right? So I won't repeat it again because I don't use that language. I don't use that language. I don't, because it weren't directed at you. He directed it at me.
Then what advice do? If you've got evidence, you bring 101 and make a complaint.
I want to make a complaint to you now. Oh, you can't investigate another sergeant? He's same rank? That's corrupt, that. I will be doing it in my own time. I asked you a question. I wasn't swearing at you, and you know that, Constable. You know I weren't swearing at you. But do you know what? If there's no member of public making that complaint, if there wasn't a person in the hearing of sight of that verbal, well, you haven't got a complaint of it, so there you go. You do, because you can't be offended by that word. That might be in my vocabulary. Bylaws for the train station. So no British Transport Police Constable has asked me to leave this, which is accessible from all members of public until you get to that door. It's not up. It's up until you go into them doors. Well, you ask a British Transport Constable here now. I spoke to a British Transport Constable and he has no problem with me being here, and you do, and you're Lancashire Police.
I have got a problem, so you're swearing.
I'm not swearing. I asked you a question, sir, on your sergeant's words.
You swore.
Seriously?
Well, did you not?
I swore. Is that a public order offence?
I'm not saying it is. Have I said that? Have I said the
well,
word?
What are you repeating it for then? Do you know Section 5 public order needs to be abusive and threatening in its nature? Have I abused you or threatened you?
Have I mentioned Section 5 of the public order?
Well, what law are you trying to stop me from using that word?
Bylaw 8 of the railway bylaws incorporates unacceptable behaviour.
Yeah.
Including
swearing
on the railway.
There you go. And I asked you a question about your sergeant who directed them words at me. I've got the evidence and I never use them words. I never use them words at him. He used them words at me. And I'm asking you if that's acceptable for your sergeant to call me something biff. I will not use that word again if you don't want me to.
I find it quite offensive if you do.
I find it offensive that he directed that word at me.
Then I suggest you ring 101, who will take your...
Well, you're not looking good, Sergeant, because you're absolutely... Because I'm asking you a question.
You're asking me to take a complaint.
No, I'm asking you a question on what your sergeant said to me, and you're saying that I'm guilty of the thing that he said to me.
I don't know what he said. I was not there.
You tried to get me off this property for using a word that your sergeant said to me. Did you just try to get me to leave here for that word?
A tense confrontation between the police and an independent cameraman took place in the middle of a private parking lot. From the very first seconds, the atmosphere was tense as the police kept changing the reason for the questioning. Sometimes asking about authority, sometimes switching to doubting the purpose of filming, even threatening to arrest if desired. The cameraman was not shaken, confidently asserting that he was a journalist, had the right to work and was ready to present invoices to prove the legitimacy of his work. The two sides continuously argued, mocking each other about their roles, authority, and even public integrity. The police repeatedly showed contempt and ridicule for the idea of justice and serving the community, while the cameraman exposed the absurdity, pointing out the contradictions in their words and actions. Watch the whole clip and please support this auditor by subscribing to his channel. The link is in the description.
Really important. I just know that you lot try your luck and you try and oppress people that know no better. That's what I know.
What do you mean? We've just been speaking to this gentleman.
Under what authority? He's parked in a private car park. What business have you got to bother him?
None of your business, that's what I've got.
Well, no. Do you want to make it my business? Because I can do this for you. It's no problem, bruv.
Speak to him if you want to speak to him. But I'm not going to tell you anything about what...
He's looking me up and down like I'm some sort of sausage, yeah? And I'm telling you, no, you're a sausage. Look at me. They already know who I am, so you can take my description and go and show it. Yeah, you all know who I am.
No, I don't.
No, not you, but all the big boys know who I am.
Who do you mean by that?
All the DCIs and that.
I don't think they do.
I'm 100% certain they do.
What's your name?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Because no one's ever heard of you, that's why.
Do you mean no? What do you think you think I'm some sort of dunce? That's not how this works. You do not trick
well, you
me.
across a member of the public and so you police officer.
I come up, yeah, and what did I do? I come up to him. I said, excuse me, mate. Are these three harassing you? I didn't call you police officers. I certainly didn't call you police officers.
And then you said because I can get you off if you've got.
No. I said, are they looking for weed? He said no. I said, well, I can't help you then, mate, because I said I know all about that, but I can't do nothing about the A's.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right? So what? And then you said to me, have I got a lawyer's card? I said, no, I'm a journalist. I said, I'm a journalist. I film people like you. I film people like you and put it on... What?
People like me.
People that dress up in silly outfits like you. Yes, like you. Big up. I'm all right, geezer. Get up, all the boys. See, normal people, they get it. People like you, just absolutely oblivious.
Right. So is there anything else I can do for you?
Apart from keep threatening me with arrest, no, you're dismissed. You may jog on.
I'm dismissed.
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay, I think you're
Thank you for your help today.
That's absolutely
Yeah, but I'm not the public servant, am I? So you can't dismiss me, can you? I'm here minding my own private business.
But you're not minding your business. You're minding
But I am
everybody
minding my
else's
business. That is my business. I'm a concerned citizen. I'm a member of the public. You're supposed to act in the public's interest.
Yeah.
Right? So what business is it of yours telling me if I'm minding my business? That's not in the public's interest, is it?
You're tripping over your own words now, mate.
How much have you not know? I'm telling you, I'm minding my own business, being the public.
No, you're not minding your own business.
No, I am. Of course I am.
Video in this chat whilst we're...
I was filming news lot. I didn't even film him. I was filming news lot.
Asking
if he needs help, yeah. So what's the problem with that? So what's your issue with that? Let's rewind. Let's stop worrying about me tripping over my words, because I'm actually autistic. That's why sometimes I struggle to speak. I struggle to communicate, because I'm autistic, right? But let's talk about what your issue is about me trying to help another citizen as a concerned member of the public.
You didn't need this help, but you still continue to video him.
I accosted him in video. This is the sort of shit that people understand that you lie for your teeth. I will chat to him in a minute and he will tell them the blatant truth about I accosted him and videoed him. Did I honestly? Do you have any comprehension of what the word accost means?
Educate me.
Why are you using words that you don't know what they mean?
Educate me then.
No, we'll just leave it at that. Why are you doing that?
We'll leave it at that. But other than that, is there anything else I can help you with?
Like I'm saying, I do this, this is my job.
It's your job?
So right now...
You get paid for this?
Legit, get paid for it. I can show you invoices, no problem.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, straight.
Are you hiring?
No, definitely not the likes of you lot.
No, that's okay.
I know, right?
Don't think you can discriminate, okay?
No, I've got integrity, mate.
Alright. You enjoy your day.
Unlike you lot.
A tense and dramatic confrontation between the people and the police broke out right from the start, when the people repeatedly asked the police to show their badges, badge numbers and names, but only received evasion or refusal to answer. The two sides argued fiercely about their authority, when the people accused the police of violating the Fraud Act, abuse of power and invasion of privacy, while the police repeatedly asked for documents, threatened to impose fines, but did not give clear reasons. The atmosphere became even more tense when the people declared that they would citizen arrest the police according to the law, even threatening to take the police to court. The arguments, accusations and requests of the two sides constantly changed, creating an unreasonable, contradictory, and unexpected exchange. The people's attitude was both tough and challenging, while the police appeared confused and inconsistent.
Out there.
Have you got your warrant card? Shoulder number 22809. And your shoulder number 24686. And your name?
Don't have to give you my name.
You're coming asking me for my name, my identification. But you're associated, so you are. So again, can you give me your name then? Saying as you're the one, you're the one making the false claims.
You've got your shoulder number. I've asked you for your license. You've been awkward.
Yeah, you're asking me for ID. I'm asking you for IDs. Will you provide your warrant card?
No, I've asked you for your license.
No, you just said no.
I've asked you for your license.
Listen,
that's dead on.
there's no contract. There's no conjure here.
Listen, you haven't provided your license. I'm going to issue a 55-year producer form then.
You're going to issue me with what?
55-year producer form. Your license to Ballymena Station.
Listen, see under section 3 of the Fraud Act, failure to inform. You're failing to inform me of your identity, which breaches.
Number?
That's not your name. Your mother didn't give you a number for your name, did she? Your mother didn't stay off my property, by the way, because you've no warrant. Okay, so you'll be issuing nothing because you've no names. Okay, now You have breached the Fraud Act Section 3, failure to inform by providing your warrant card. You're now in violation of Section 4 of the Fraud Act, which is abuse of your position. Your position as a police constable of the PSNI, never you mind the number of this house. The number of this house is irrelevant to you, it's private property. So now, are you following orders? Are you now following unlawful orders, constable? You're following unlawful orders now, constable. I would advise you to speak to your senior, because your senior's very aware of who I am. The same goes for you, constable. Speak to your senior, he knows very well who I am.
What's happening, Jaden? You alright?
That's what they do best, mate, harass. So you failed to produce your warrant card. You failed to produce. You're issuing me with nothing because I accept nothing from you. You do not work for DVA. You work for the PSNI. You are obligated to serve and protect. I have been to. I'm not being awkward. I've been to court. I've stood in front of the judge.
You're not giving me a license, so that's fine.
Go and speak to Nigel Broderick. He has my license.
Okay, that's what you need to say.
Go and speak to Nigel Broderick. He has my. I don't need to say anything to you because I'm under no obligation to you. You have violated Section 3 of the Fraud Act. Section 3 of the Fraud Act. You have no right to take my address. You have no right to take my address. This has all been videoed and it will be put on YouTube. I know, and you didn't inform me that you were recording either, which is a breach of the Data Protection Act. Yes, it is. And for the record, I now require you to keep a copy of that, because under the Data Protection Act, I will be requiring it. And when I get you in court and put you on the stand, I will prove that you are committing fraud. Now, you have no rights, and you have no right to claim Rex as the victim. Do you know who Rex is? Do you know who Rex is, constable? Do you know who Rex is, constable? Now, they have obtained my address unlawfully. Yes, it is, because you give your fellow constable orders, unlawful orders to obtain my address. You are in violation of the Fraud Act 2006, Section 3. Now, constable, if you do not produce me your warrant card, I'm going to have to arrest you under Section 24A of the PACE Act. Do you understand, constable? Do you understand the PACE Act 24A, Section 24A, constable? This constable seems to think that he's under no obligation to provide any information. Typical of the training of the PSNI.
So your license is with Mr. Broderick then?
It's Nigel Broderick.
Yes.
That's Judge Nigel Broderick.
And it's with him?
It was sent into him over a year ago and was never returned to me.
So you haven't, have you had it reapplied for, or why is it sitting at the minute?
It was cancelled.
And why is that, or what's the...
Because whenever I was in court last year, it was proven to be fraud. Do you know Arneeden?
Yes,
Constable?
yeah.
You know Arneeden?
Yes, oh yeah.
Well, I'm the guy that had him in court.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's been sitting where it's all dealt with?
As far as I'm concerned, it's dealt with.
Okay, that's no issue.
Everything.
No problem.
There is a problem. Now, can I see your warrant card, please?
Listen, all the best, sir.
Can I see your warrant card, please?
Have a good day, sir.
Under Section 24A of the PACE Act, I'm arresting you, constable.
Have a good day, sir.
Under Section 24A of the PACE Act, I'm arresting you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Scum. Absolute scum.
Thank you for watching. Police using vague justifications to stop, question, or detain people without cause is a growing concern. Simply being in public is not a crime, and officers cannot demand compliance without legal justification. Whether it's intimidation tactics, unlawful demands for ID, or escalating situations without cause, standing your ground and recording every interaction is key to holding them accountable. Always ask questions, challenge unlawful orders, and never let your rights be ignored. Subscribe for more UK police accountability videos, real encounters, and important lessons on knowing your rights. Stay informed, stay empowered, and never stop filming.